Hello, my name is Reema and I am an IB junior at MKS, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw an eye, a realistic eye. So I'm gonna just not gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna start off with the materials. So the material you'll be needing is a piece of paper. Any paper can work. There is no specific paper, and you'll be needing pencils. So we're just gonna go with the specific pencil that anyone has. A school pencil, literally anything works. And then I'm going to be using a 0.5 mechanical pencil. Literally anything can work. It is up to you. All right, so moving on to the next thing, it's going to be a eraser, and I'm going to be using this moldable eraser, but any eraser can work, anything is fine. All right, so I'm going to be starting with some more optional stuff that you can have, which is this one shading tool. You can use a cotton bud if you have one. If you don't have a shading tool or a cotton bud, you can just use your pencil, and I'll be showing that to you in this video, how to use that. You can have a white pencil to do the highlights. It doesn't really matter if you don't have it, and you can have a white pen, but if you don't have it, it's completely fine. So now we're going to begin with the eye. Now I'm going to be drawing this just in my own style, so if it looks different than yours, that is completely okay, because everyone has their own style. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with a little almond shape, but with this little extra bit in the beginning. Okay, so we're just gonna go like this. Now the reason why drawing an eye correctly is important is because the eye is honestly what gives a drawing or a painting the soul, it brings it to life. So I'm gonna do that. Now once we have drawn the basic almond, it does not have to connect at the end over here. Once you've done that, you're just going to finalize this little base shape, and you're done, and you have that base shape. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just make a small little outline. Do not go too hard, just a small bit. All right, and now what you're gonna do is we're gonna start by drawing the little circle right in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is do this. How you draw the pupil is up to you, obviously, because that is up to your style. So now what I'm doing is I'm just gonna keep this little bit at the bottom extra, it's my style, it's completely fine. And if you catch me doing separate things around the eye, then what I'm talking about, that's completely fine, because you can just keep on adding details as you go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pencil and I'm gonna darken this area out. All right, I apologize for the the shaking of the camera but yes, so look at how dark that is. Now we're gonna add the little circle in the middle. So this circle is supposed to be the most darkest part of the eye. So you're going to shade this in the darkest bit. All right, nothing else in this eye is going to be darker. Now what I like to do later is just add in the highlights, and what I do is draw a small outline for the highlights, which is one circle over here and one little oval over here. So now what I like to do is draw the lines, and these lines can be however you'd like they could fit what you like, how just keep on drawing them until you're satisfied with how they look. All right, you just look at that. I'm gonna zoom in so you can be able to see it. All right, look at that. Just gonna draw whatever. It can be messy, it's fine. Now you do the same thing but with this little dark circle. All right, and then what I like to do is shade over, but then if it's a little too dark, what you can do is you take this razor and you just tap it, and look, it already took off a bit, which is perfect, right? So you just redraw the lines, literally do not care, it's fine. Next we're gonna add the little crease. Okay, it does not have to connect. Again, we're doing this really fast, you know, it's like a easy eye that you don't need to worry. And then we're gonna add the lash line. Okay, lash line does not need to go all across the eye, it's completely fine, it's just there. Add a little bit down here, and that's the lash line. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shade the sides of the eye to make it more 3D, more realistic, since right now it looks really fat, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, or just add some lines. Okay, now even if you don't develop this more, it already looks as if it's like, you know, coming to life because of this like circular way. Now over by the edges of the eye, like over here and here, you go a little longer, and then over here is when you go a little shorter, just to give it, you know, like the more circular look. You get like, not circular, like spherical, I don't know, the eye shape, you know. Right, and then just darken out the bottom. Always add more detail as you go. You can do whatever you want, have fun, right? Or it's not about being perfect, right? So just keep on doing. Over here can be a little more darker. Same thing goes to here. Don't worry about it, just add whatever you can, right? Have fun. As for the tear socket, you're just gonna shade it dark, but make sure to have a small little highlight, because that's the tear, you know, it reflects, there's like water and all that. So there we go. All right, perfect. Now on to a little bit more shading. You can take your cotton bud, or you can just keep on doing what I've done this whole time with the pencil, or you can just use a shading tool. And what I like to do later on is add more shading over here. I really apologize for the shaking in the camera. Yes. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an eyebrow. The eyebrow for me comes before the eyelashes. So what I like to do is I make 3 dots. One over here, as you can see, it matches here. One over here, okay, which is the arch. You can do however you like, and then one by the end. So it's gonna end over here, right? Okay, so what I like to do now is look at that. All right, just make a basic shape. And now for here, you're gonna go like this, and then you're gonna also go from the top. All right, the eyebrow can be as messy as it can, since like not every eyebrow is like snatched and all that. So we're gonna add some hairs in here, some hairs over here, you know, literally whatever you want, anything works. This is your eye, you know. So, and what I like to do later on is go in with a more sharper pencil and just add the hairs so that it looks like, you know, they're there. Now this eyebrow looks quite thick, but that's okay. That's okay. That's completely fine. So now what I like to do is I'm just gonna add a little bit more shading over here. What I like to do is connect this shading over there. Make sure that the crease is not blending in with the shading that we're doing. Okay, so some shading over here, some shading over here by the end of the eyebrow. All right, and then some over here. All right, now on to my favorite part, which is the eyelashes. And now that we've reached the eyelashes, you're basically kind of reaching the end of this tutorial, right? Since it's getting there. So what I like to do for the eye, which you need to pay attention, you're supposed to go down a little and then up, right? I hope that made sense. There we go, like that. Just down and up, down and up, down and up. Go fast or slow or whatever. You know, this is your eye. You can add whatever amount of detail like. You can add no lashes, you can add lashes, really up to you. And then add some that reflect into the eye, the highlight, okay? Look at that. Try your best not to go straight up, because that just gives it a weird look, you know? Instead, angled, angled, angled. Perfect. Look at that. The eyelashes just give it life, you know? And now we go to the bottom, which is also angled, you know? Try your best just not to go straight down. Right, look at that. And then you can just add some that are crossing over together, you know, anything works. Also, the bottom lash like doesn't have that much lashes, so it's completely fine. Add some more. Look at that. Okay, and what you can do now is with your white pen, if you want to, you can add some highlights in here. All right, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, if you want to or not, it's completely fine. And if you don't have a pen or a white pencil, you can just take your thingy. Look at that, you're just adding little highlights. Okay, what you can do over here is make a small line. You just saw that. You can add that line as to give the wet look to the eye, since the eye is quite wet and all that. One second more, just final bit of shading, and you're honestly pretty much done. You can add a little heart or a little, like, you know, mole, birthmark, whatever, you know. I usually tend to add a heart. You can add eyeliner. We didn't do that in this video, but you can do whatever you want. And now just sign it off and you're done. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that this video wasn't that hard